Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Lenny, and I have a super exciting video for you today. I'm gonna show you and tell you everything about how I invented this little product right here. You're probably wondering what it is, and it's a Velcro strap with a metal swivel hook at the end, and you can probably see it right there behind me. What you do is you wrap it around your luggage handle, and it becomes a hook where you can basically hang your stuff while you're running throughout the airport. You can hang your coat, your bag, your purse, your backpack. When you're buying gifts or when you're buying snacks, you can hang your bag on that. And you basically let your luggage carry your stuff so you don't have to hold it. That's basically what it is. I don't like the word invented because I feel like it's very hard to invent anything new these days. So I'm gonna use the word created. I feel like I created this product and I'm gonna tell you guys how I did it, and hopefully it'll inspire you to either create your own product, or if you're not sure about some things and you need some help, this will hopefully answer a lot of questions. I did it with Alibaba. I found a manufacturer in Alibaba, and it didn't cost me that much money. So I'm gonna get into all these steps that I took, how I got it made, and hopefully this will give you a good breakdown of everything. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment below if you have a question. I'll definitely answer it. This idea randomly came to me. I was probably at the airport and I just got the idea to create something like this. So the way I created it, I first did some drawings and drew it out on paper, and then I went on Alibaba. If you guys don't know what Alibaba is, they are a website that just sells a ton of products from overseas. They have a lot of manufacturers of products and suppliers of products and all that kind of stuff. But even though they sell a lot of products, they're actually factories and manufacturers that actually make a ton of products, and they can usually make a product for you. So I went on Alibaba and I started to look for different manufacturers that I thought could create something like this. And I already had the idea in my head. I already knew that it should probably be Velcro, so you can wrap it around the luggage handle and you can sort of just wrap it around and lock it in, and it's just gonna stay there. As you can see right there, I have a backpack hanging off the handle. So I did the design and I was looking on Alibaba for a manufacturer, but I basically created this. There was no such product, so there was no specific manufacturer that I can look for that would make me this exact product. So I had to find somebody close enough that would be able to manufacture it. I looked for companies that I thought manufactured similar stuff, that used similar materials, that they worked with Velcro, they used fabric, and they could do metal parts such as this little hook right here. After some research, I found a luggage company actually that was able to make it. So I messaged a lot of different people on Alibaba, a lot of different manufacturers, and I asked them, hey, I have this design, and I described the whole design and explained everything. I'm like, hey, can you guys make this? And funny enough, it was a luggage manufacturing company that said, yeah, we can definitely make it, because they make similar stuff. They, make little things out of metal. They use a lot of fabrics. They use Velcro. So it was right up their alley. I was doing a lot of back and forth with, the rep, and I was explaining what I was looking for. And the thing here that you have to know, you have to be very detailed and specific, and you have to offer a lot of different details and drafts and pictures and everything. You have to be very, very specific. You can't expect them to know exactly what you want or what you mean. And a lot of times, even though you think it's something that's very common sense and basic and universal, they may not take it that way. They may not think that, and they'll make something that's completely different and unexpected. So you have to be so detailed, down to every little detail, to every little edge, to every little dimension, to every little color, to how hard you want the metal to be, how long you want the strap to be, exactly where you want the Velcro part. You have to be very specific. So I had all those details, and I was messaging back and forth with the rep, and eventually they would show me a sample. So I had to pay them something for them to create me a sample, and it wasn't actually that much money. I think it was only about $100, maybe like $300 for them to create me the sample. And funny enough, I don't know if you guys watch Shark Tank, but you always see people telling you that they spent a ton of money just to create a little product. And I honestly only spent about $200-300 just to get this made. And it's a piece of metal that's connected to a Velcro strap. So even though it's a pretty simple design, it's not super simple. And they did have to make me an original design for this little hook right here and the strap and everything. It's not something, I don't think they actually used it. I don't think they had anything exactly like this. So I think they had to make it from an original mold. So after a lot of back and forth and me sending them drawings that I had and all that kind of stuff, they finally sent me some pictures that I thought looked pretty good where they made the actual product, and they had a few and they were sending me pictures and videos. So when I thought it was pretty good, I had them send it to me. I had them ship the product to me so I could see it, firsthand. And the first time they sent it to me, they kind of didn't do it exactly how I needed it, and it didn't exactly work how I wanted it to work. I don't know if this is gonna make sense to you guys, but on the Velcro strap, there's two different sides. There's like the hard side and the soft side. And the soft side needs to be on the bottom, and it needs to be wrapped around a certain way where this can go in freely, right? Like I'm showing to you guys. It can go freely. And the way they made it, they kind of made it the opposite way where it would stick and it wouldn't go through. So these things are to be expected, and that's why you always want to plan ahead, really explain everything to every last detail, and you have to test it out. You have to get a sample. It's best to spend the money up front and get them to send you samples, several samples, and you can even do it with a few different manufacturers, than trying to get something made and not really seeing a sample in hand, and then ordering a bunch of product and then finding out that it was made wrong and it's not gonna work, and now you're stuck with all this bad product. So make sure you always get samples and always double check and triple check. It's better to invest that money up front than to invest money into ordering a bunch of product and then getting all messed up. So after I had them redo it a couple of times, I finally was happy with the product, and I decided to order 1,000 units, 1,000 pieces of it. And that's pretty much how it went. So I think I paid about $1.50 per unit. So it cost me about $1.50 in total per unit, and I had to order 1,000 units because they usually have a minimum. So 1,000 is not that much, but it's not that little to start with. So I ordered about 1,000. There was shipping on top of that, so shipping can get pricey, although this is a pretty small item and it's not that heavy, so it wasn't that much. I want to say it was maybe $500, maybe $800, something like that. And I think they actually shipped it by air. I don't think it came on a boat, because usually a lot of products they send over on a boat because it's big and it's just more cost effective that way. But a lot of times it'll take over a month. It could take 2 months. But I think since this was such a small product, 1,000 of them was maybe a box like this. So they actually shipped it via plane, and I got it actually pretty quickly, within a week, if I remember correctly. And I think I had some, import taxes that I had to pay. So overall, I think I probably spent maybe $2,000 to $2,500 on my first initial order. And that's basically how I did it. That's basically how I got this product made. And the other thing you have to know is when you get something made, you have to expect that you might get defects, especially for the first time. Maybe 1 out of 5 that I received, it wasn't done perfectly. As you can see, this little thing right here is kind of sticking out, but it was actually an easy fix. All I do is I just cut it and it works completely fine. But that's to be expected, and that takes time for you to establish a relationship and then with the manufacturer, and then let them know that you received defects, and then hopefully the next time you order they'll be able to correct it. But again, when you order the first time, it's something to be expected, so don't order too much. So I hope this gives you some information on how to get something made. If you have an invention, or you created something, or you're designing something, it's actually not that difficult. You don't need a lot of money to create a product. As I told you guys, this took less than $2,500 to create 1,000 of these right here. And I'm currently selling them online. So remember, when you're communicating, with someone in Alibaba, they're overseas, so communication is the biggest hurdle. It's the most important thing. You have to be very detailed and very specific in what you want, and don't forget, always get samples and get it a second time and get it a third time. Make sure it's done perfectly right. Don't just order a bunch of units without checking it first. Also, expect some defects the first time especially. It just comes with the territory, and you can always either look for a better factory, a better manufacturer, or you ask the one you're working with to correct it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to know more about e-commerce, selling online, business stuff, entrepreneurship, check out some of my other videos. And with that said, I'll see you guys next time.